Knicks family, what's poppin'? Welcome to the Puma Hoops pregame report, analysis, whatever you want to call it. Knicks, Milwaukee Bucks. It's going to be a good game, I think, if the Knicks do the right things. Another tight game. Hopefully we can pull one out. Let's talk about it. Knicks family, what's poppin', man? So here we go again. Another game for the New York Knicks. Another tough team for the New York Knicks. And, you know, this first schedule, the first 20 games is a tough schedule. It's definitely tough. But I think the Knicks surprised a lot of people against the Celtics. I thought that it was going to be a tight game. I did. You can go back and look at the stream if you want to. I did think it was going to be a tight game. I actually thought the Knicks were going to be able to pull it out. I just felt like, this was the perfect time for the Knicks to surprise everyone in the last game. So we'll see what happens tonight. I'm anxious to see how the Knicks respond to a two-game losing streak. One of the things that I tell my shooters, my players on my team, if you miss 3 in a row while you're practicing, or try not to miss 3 in a row. You miss that second one, it's time to go back and look at your mechanics. Look at your fundamentals, make it right. I don't like to lose 3 games in a row. And I think a lot of NBA teams, a lot of NBA professionals go by the same rule. Let's not lose 3 in a row. So let's see if we can bring out that fight against an athletic, long, fast team like the Bucks, because that's exactly what they are. Athletic, long, fast. We've got to be on our heels tonight. Because this team they can get out on us. They can get out in transition. They got scorers. It's going to be a tough game, but I'm anxious to see what we do. I was anxious. I really want to see Kevin Knox versus Giannis, but it's not to be. We got a couple of weeks to wait. We'll see him again. I do want to remind people, November 4th, the Knicks play the Washington Wizards in Washington, D.C. And we do have tickets available for a lounge. We need 6 more people to make this happen. So if you're in the D.C. area, Maryland, Virginia, Delaware, Philadelphia, Southern Virginia, you want to come up to D.C., you want to come down to D.C. from Delaware, Philadelphia, come on, let's make it happen. We need 6 more people. 6 more people to make this happen. All right, November 4th. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, we can get a few people to join us and make it happen in D.C. We need 6 more people. If you are interested, putting the link in right now where you can go purchase these tickets. We have a video chat building. We got Nate in the video chat. And hopefully we'll have a few more people in the video chat. And I just put the link up. So go check that out. All right, if you're interested in coming to DC to watch the Knicks versus Wizards on November the 4th. All right, go check that out. I see who's marking the chat. Tyon Reed in the chat. Tony Crow, Lewis Randall. It's me, Chris Carby. What's going on, folks? Glad you guys joining us so we can talk about this Bucks versus Knicks. MH knocks out. Yes, Knox is out. He's knocked out. Let me talk to Nate real quick, and then we're going to get to breaking this game down. Game starts at 8 o'clock in Milwaukee. All right. Yep. actually. 1 second. There we go. Nate, what's popping, man?
What's up, Sam?
How you doing?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. I'm just ready to get this game going. You know, like you said, you don't want to lose 3 in a row. So hopefully we can, you know, get a win on the road. It's always a good thing for a young team is to get some momentum going. It's going to be tough. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Giannis, of course, is super athletic. You got Eric Bledsoe. That's a big guard. I'm concerned about that as well because he's a bulldog. I mean, they just got length all over the floor.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they got length all over the floor. I see people in the chat. I do want to comment about this. I've been wanting to comment about it since the last game, right? People say, "Oh, it's those Pumas that Kevin Knox is wearing. That's the reason why he twisted his ankle."
That's what the Boston Network said.
What'd you say?
That's what the Boston Network said.
Yeah, number one, that's wrong. He could have twisted his ankle in any shoe. People say, well, he's playing in low top Pumas. Plenty of players playing low top sneakers. Plenty. I mean, Kobe played in low top sneakers, and there's a reason that a lot of people like to play in low top sneakers. The reason why people like to play in low top sneakers is because it allows you to have more flexibility in your ankles. You know what I'm saying? I like to play in high top sneakers that lace up my ankles.
I do too. Yeah.
The reason is because I've had ankles that, my ankles I've twisted my ankles a lot. I have played in low top sneakers before, but a lot of people like to play in low tops because of the flexibility that allows you when you have on high tops. It restricts the movement of your ankle. Even when you put tape around it, it restricts the movement of your ankle, right? If you look at soccer players, and with soccer players, there's a lot of cutting when you play in soccer, right? When you play soccer, there's a lot of cutting, movement back and forth, a lot of lateral movement. Soccer players play in low tops so that they can have that flexibility. In my opinion, that was just, I've played in Nikes, I've played in Adidas, I've played in Ewings. I've played in Pumas back in it, not the Pumas that not the suede Pumas, but there was a basketball shoe they had back in the day. And I've twisted my ankle in any type of sneaker you can think about just because it happens. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at the way it happens, he was pushing off on that he was pushing off on that foot. And he had his ankle bent and it twisted over. It happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens that way. Low top sneakers is not the cause of that, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Low top sneakers, in my opinion, do allow you to have more flexibility. It also depends on, how you feel about your ankles as well. I just feel more secure with my ankle, a little bit more wrapped up because I know that mine give away. But some people really do like to play in low top sneakers because of the flexibility that it gives you. I get it.
Hey, Sam, I got a question.
Yeah.
Why don't players tape their ankles and feet like they do in football and then put their sneakers on? Would it make it harder to be flexible to shoot or anything? Would it cause discomfort? I was just curious.
You said why do they or why they do not?
Why they don't.
Some players do. I hated to tape my ankles. I hate to tape my ankles now because the tape, it feels tight around my ankle, and sometimes the tape starts to cut into your foot.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And it gives some discomfort while you're playing. I hate to tape my ankles if I don't have to. If I have to, I will. When I played in low tops, I would tape my ankle. But it's still, even with the tape, it's still limited to some restriction of the movement of your ankle. And a lot of times in the NBA, you need that ankle for explosion. You need it for cutting.
Right. Well, I can imagine it causes discomfort for shooters too.
Yeah. And if you restrict the movement of that ankle, you know what I'm saying, then you can get less explosion. It can restrict your game. You know what I mean? Especially for someone who wants to be, is athletic and wants to be able to move. Back in the day, 20 years ago, when the game was real really focused on power play, big men, then yeah, you had high top, you had high top sneakers that were constructed for power. Nowadays, sneakers are a little bit more constructed for flexibility. But anyway, the starting lineups, as far as I know, are the same, right? I haven't seen the change in the starting lineup, and that's going to be curious. Trey Burke starting at the 1, Tim Hardaway Jr. at the 2, Frank Ntilikina at the 3, Lance Thomas at the 4, and Ez Kanter at the 5. We're playing a team that has a lot of strength, a lot of length. Trey Burke, who's at the 2? Let me go check this out.
Probably Middleton.
Yeah, Chris Middleton. Right, you got Trey Burke going up against what's his name there? Tim Hardaway against Middleton. Let me pull down their lineup real quick, so I can have everybody in place. Of course, Lance Thomas.
Isn't Snell the 3?
Lance Thomas is going to be likely matched up against Giannis Antetokounpo, at least to begin the game. I'm sure Frank will switch off on him every once in a while. That's going to be interesting. But Giannis, Lance did an okay job on him at times last season. That's not to say that he's going to shut him down or he's going to stop him, right? Because listen, Giannis is on the way to one day likely, maybe being the best player in the league. That guy is, when they say the Greek
super
freak,
athletic.
that's the truth. That that guy is crazy. He's an alien. You know what I mean? He's an alien. He doesn't look like an alien, but he is an alien. Chris Bosh looked like an alien, but he didn't play like an alien. Giannis plays like an alien. You know what I'm saying? That's just, the dude is a monster.
Giannis plays like AD a little bit.
Yeah, so you got, here we go. You got Eric Bledsoe at point guard. You got Malcolm Brogdon at shooting guard.
Okay.
Remember, he was Rookie of the Year 2 years ago. Brook Lopez at center. Giannis at power forward, and Chris Middleton at small forward. All right, that's going to so you got Trey Burke matching up against Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe is what, 6'4", right? About 6'4", but he's big and he's strong. Trey Burke is like 6'1" or so. But listen, he did a decent job against Kyrie until the fourth quarter, of course. All right, you got Malcolm Brogdon and Tim Hardaway Jr. matched up. That should be okay for Tim Hardaway Jr. Brogdon can shoot. Brogdon, he can play. He's a good ball player. Right. So far this season, he's averaging 12.5 points per game, shooting 40% from 3, 55% from the field.
Sorry.
If Tim Hardaway shot with that kind of accuracy, he'd be an all-star. You know what I mean? He'd be an all-star. So Tim Hardaway's going to have to guard that three-point line messing around with Michael Brogdon. He's got to. He's got to guard that three-point line because he can hit it. He's got to be ready. He's got to be on that guy. Okay. At the 3, we got Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton so far this season shooting 48% from the field, 53.3% from 3, averaging 21 points a game, 6.5 rebounds a game.
That's beast.
That's beast. He's beasting. 31.5 minutes. He's beasting. These guys can shoot, man. And they're accurate.
He averaged 20 last year.
Yeah, these guys can play. Of course, you got Giannis at the 4. Giannis is killing the league. So it's only been 3 games, but he's shooting 47.7% from the field. Hasn't attempted a three-point shot yet this season. He's averaging 25.5 points per game, 16.5 rebounds per game. All right, Giannis is, he's doing his thing as expected. Right, and then at the center position, Kanter's going to be matched up against Brook Lopez. And so far this season, Brook Lopez Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Brook Lopez is shooting 41.2% from the field, 11 points per game, 3 rebounds, 30.8% from 3. He does have a small ability to spread the floor against Lance Thomas against Inez Cantor. So, that's the story of the game right now. The Milwaukee Bucks as a team, their numbers as a team, we'll run this down real quick and compare it to the Knicks. Let me pull it up here. So far this season, the Milwaukee Bucks average 115.5 points per game. 115.5 points per game. They're giving up 106.5 points per game. They average 53.5 rebounds per game. We're going to have to hit the boards. We got to hit the boards. We didn't do it. Well, we did it okay against the Celtics last game. Right? I think we lost the battle 47-46. I mean, that's basically even. Against the Bucks, it's going to be a little bit more important, in my opinion, to hit the boards, and we'll explain why in a little bit. Assists, the Bucks 26.5 assists per game. They're probably somewhere in the middle of the pack against as it pertains to the rest of the league, where we are down at the bottom. All right, down at the bottom when it comes to assists per game. The New York Knicks, we average 110.7 points per game. And I think we'll probably remain around there for the remainder of the season. I know Mark doesn't think we have the ability to score 100 points per game. I do. I think that we'll continue to score 100 points per game, especially because we're playing at a faster pace. The problem is that we're not shooting efficiently, right? Bledsoe is 6'1". Okay, that's Air Force One. I didn't really look it up. Bledsoe is 6'1", so that's a good thing. But he is a bull. Trey Burke should be able to defend him. He's a bull. He's bigger than Trey Burke, but I think Trey Burke did a decent job on. I'm trusting Trey Burke's defense. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trusting his defense more and more because he's working hard. But the Knicks, back to it, are giving up 105.7 points per game. 42.7 rebounds, averaging 42.7 rebounds per game. We need more than that. Okay. And the assists, the Knicks are averaging 19.3 assists per game. We got to pick that up. We got to bring that up. Definitely got to pick it up. And Alan Dwart said, no, we won't, Sim. That's inflated from the 125. I disagree with you, Alan. Because even we scored 101 points against the Boston Celtics, who have a really, really good defense. We scored 101 points. We scored 125 points against the Hawks because we could score 125 points. I think that we will continue to score. When you want to know one of the reasons why we'll continue to score over 100 points per game is because we're playing at a faster pace. We're taking more shots. The more shots, even if you're shooting a lower percentage, the more shots, the more you likely are going to score. If you're at least shooting a decent percentage, and I think right now, I forgot exactly, we're somewhere around 45%, I think, for the season in these first 3 games, maybe something like that. So I do think that we'll continue to score over 100 points per game, because we're playing at a faster pace. Now, if we can ever become efficient, then we can really do some things on that offensive side of the floor. I don't know if we have the players to be efficient, but let's see. And, I could be wrong, Alwyn. You could be right. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Alwyn, you say 101 is below league average and the Hawks are the worst team in the league. That's true. But when you're playing a team like the Boston Celtics, don't you expect a team that plays defense like the Celtics? Don't you expect that you're going to score below the league average when you're playing the Boston Celtics? When you play the Celtics, I expect to score below the league average when we're playing the Celtics. I mean, that's one of the top defenses in the league. There's a very tough defense to score against because they play great team defense. Let's see what happens. You could be right. I'm not gonna, say that absolutely right. We'll see what happens on that front. That's going to, it's going to be an interesting thing to watch. I just tend to think, even if we're not shooting efficiently, the number of shots that we're taking, the speed that we're trying to play, I believe that we will score 100 points per game. So let's just looking at those lineups and let's talk to everyone that's in the chat. Welcome, Tony Crow is in the chat. Got C-Dog here in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Tony, man, what do you think? Just looking at the lineups, who's going to match up? Yeah, I can hear you. Just looking at the lineups, who's going to match up against who?
You know what I was just thinking? I would put Mitch Robinson on Greek Freak all game long. Granted, he doesn't get into foul trouble. Obviously, you got to pull him if he's getting fouls, but I think he's the best guy to match up on Greek Freak, especially with Knox not being able to play. I don't know who else is going to be able to even attempt to guard him. I mean, I like Lance on him, but Lance has given up a lot of inches. If he could force him into jump shooting, then I think that favors us. But other than Lance, Mitch Robinson is probably the best guy to guard a Greek Freak. I'm not really worried about any other matchups.
Do you think that he can guard him out on the perimeter?
I think if he stays in front of him and tries to force him into jump shot, I think he'll be fine. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a learning experience for him. I don't expect him to shut him down out the gate. For just as far as a matchup wise, I think he's the best guy to have an opportunity to actually stop him, slow him down, or something like that. I don't know who else would do that.
Yeah, I mean, his length would definitely. I'm not going to say it's going to bother him, but he would match up with him lengthwise. I'm just not sure if he can handle him. I don't know if Mitch has the footwork to handle him on the perimeter, but you know what? I'm not going to put it past. I can see him playing some defense on him tonight.
Well, here's the thing, Tim. You actually want him on a perimeter. So as long as he gives him a little bit of space and doesn't let him get past him, and then makes him a jump shooter, I think that's the best route to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I just don't know if Mitch has the footwork to keep him on the perimeter without him going past. But we'll see, because I think we might see Mitch Robinson playing him a little bit, test it out, see how it goes. If he matches up and he does well, then you keep him there. If he doesn't, then you go with whatever your plan was from the beginning.
Who else do you think would match up?
I mean, I think the only other person that they're gonna really put on
maybe
is
Lance.
Vonleh, maybe. Vonleh has some strength, maybe Vonleh. You're definitely gonna have to throw multiple people at him, right? Because if you try if you try to keep just one person there, that person's probably gonna get in foul trouble. He'll, throwing one person on him, you're gonna wear that person down. Because his usage rate is going to be high. They're using him a lot. You're going to wear that person down. So you got to throw a few different people at him, I think. I think you got to throw some people at him. It's definitely going to be interesting. Right now, the Knicks are shooting 42.4% from the field for the season. We got to do better than that. That right there, that could hurt us. And matter of fact, I'm gonna jump over. Oh, that's what I wanted to finish, Tony. I wanted to run through hear what you think about these matchups. Trey Burke versus Bledsoe. How do you feel about that?
Bledsoe probably has a strength advantage.
Strength. Mm-hmm.
But as far as both ends of the floor. I think Burke has a speed advantage, and Bledsoe's not really known as a defender. So I think that'll even up pretty well.
Okay.
What's the 2-guard matchup?
2-guard matchup is Tim Hardaway versus Brogdon. Brogdon.
Oh,
listen, these guys,
Hardaway,
all of these guys are shooting good from the field except for Lopez. All of these guys are shooting good from the field.
All right. Well, this should be a personal test for Hardaway, because you should not let Brogdon abuse you in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
You got a height advantage. You got a strength advantage. You got a experience advantage. So if Hardaway takes this matchup personal, I'm gonna say the edge should go to Hardaway easily. And this should open some eyes for us to see how well Hardaway could potentially defend, because he's not been doing very well in on the defensive end of the floor. So I think this is one that we should have the edge of.
Okay, we should get the edge there. We should have the edge. My only issue, the only thing that's scared that I would say maybe we don't have the edge. We have the edge because you got Giannis and Chris Middleton and them guys that's going to get majority of the touches. But Brogdon is, he's efficient, right? He's shooting really efficient this year. I think 48% or something like that from the field. He's shooting a higher percentage from 3. Tim Hardaway is going to have to play defense against this guy because he's accurate. And if he doesn't, he's going to get lit up. Chris Middleton and Frank Ntilikina.
I like that. Middleton can shoot the 3. He got a little bit of a mid-range, but not really known to go to the basket. And Frank's the defender. I think that should be pretty even.
Okay.
I think if Frank focuses on defense, he should be able to limit Middleton. And if Frank is aggressive on offense, I think that should, give us what he's been giving us, 7, 8, 10 points. I'll be happy with Frank.
Okay.
As long as Middleton doesn't go off.
Okay. Right now, Middleton is averaging 21 points and 6 rebounds a game with 4 assists. Shooting 48% from the field, 53.3% from 3. Of course, these are, it's a small sample size, but this is what's happening so far this season. His career averages are 15.2 points per game. Last season, he played well last season. He had a good season last year. The kid, his stock is on the rise, definitely, Chris Middleton. But it's another good test for Frank, right? We all say Frank is a defender. It's another good test for him. Another good test for him to prove that he can defend with the best guys in the league. That he can be one of those guys that plays, the top players in the league. Then, of course, you got Giannis. We talked about Giannis. And who's going to match up against him right now is going to be Lance Thomas. The only thing we can hope for is for Lance to make it tough for him. Don't give him anything easy. Don't give him anything easy. And then you got Cantor and Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez.
I like that one, but I got to go with Cantor. Cantor's a beast down low. He's a beast at rebounding. Lopez is not much of an offensive guy. So that should favor Cantor, not being a great defender. So right. I'm gonna give the edge. I'm gonna give that edge to Cantor. I mean, honestly, I feel like if we contain Giannis, I think we could win this game.
Now I think, we're gonna have to score with him. Definitely. That's the one thing, we're gonna have to score with him. Cantor, I think he should match up well with Lopez. Even though Lopez can shoot it from 3, he's not, Lopez isn't going to fake you and dribble past you. You know what I'm saying? Lopez is going to be a stationary 3-point shooter. So that works I don't want to say it works in Cantor's favor, but that helps out a little bit. The one thing about Cantor, though, that I have a problem with, and I didn't get a chance to cue this up because I was at the gym practicing with my daughter, but when he screamed, I noticed him do this last year, and he's still doing it this year. And maybe I'll get a chance to break it down and do it tonight for the post game. But he on the pick and roll defense, he always switch. Sometimes, especially if it's at the top of the key, he comes down just a little bit too far trying to help out the guard, and then they kick it out to his man wide open at the top of the key, and he's too far. He's too deep into the paint to get back and recover. You know what I'm saying? I think he has to learn a little bit to hedge it. Hedge it a little bit. And as soon as that guard is right there, get back. Because if you leave someone like Lopez out there, who right now he's shooting 30% from three, and I'm sure that'll probably go up a little bit this season. Go up a little bit. He can hurt you. I mean, 30% is not crazy, but he can hurt you from there. But that's something that I noticed about Cantor.
You know what, Sim? But it goes by the personnel too. Like if it comes down to a guy like Lopez killing us from behind the arc, I think I'm more able to live with that than guard penetration to the rim.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
I agree.
I'll give Lopez, if he want to shoot 10 of them in this game, go ahead.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather play the odds with that than like. But certain other big guys, Cantor may need to work on that hedging and not giving up that three from the big man.
Yeah.
But I'll live with it tonight.
All right. Let me talk to C-Dog. C-Dog, what's popping, man?
What's up, Sam? How we doing?
Good. So how do you feel about this matchup tonight, man?
I mean, it's going to be tough, but it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
They just got to... They can't let the guards kill him.
Right.
Because I think the freak Greek, he's going to get his. I don't care if they put Robinson on him or Thomas. Either way, he's still going to score.
He's going to get his. Yeah. Unless he just has an off night. If he has an off night on his own, I don't think it would be anything that we did if he had an off night, but yeah.
He shoots so many layups to have an off night.
Yeah.
That's why he shoots such a high percentage. He's not Tim Hardaway shooting a bunch of threes or crazy twos. That cat is taking it to the basket hard.
Yeah.
And he can jump. He's quick. He's nimble.
Right.
So he's going to get it. I can't see him missing too many layups. Unless you got, a real shot blocker down there to affect him, and we don't have that. Not with Cantor anyway.
No, right. And we don't have it yet. And that's the big key about Mitch Robinson, hoping that Mitch Robinson develops into that guy so that we can have somebody down there.
He is that guy. They just got to play him. If I was the coach, he would be in the game. I wouldn't be wasting my time with Lance Thomas. Thomas would get his 10 minutes, and that'll be it. The Jets are playing Sam Darnold. They not worrying about, you got to let the rookies get out.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Let them get out there. I don't know if the matchup I don't know how good it's looked to me with Mitch Robinson and Cantor on the floor at the same time. It hasn't looked that good, right? It just hasn't looked good to me right now.
Oh, you said it hasn't looked good.
Yeah, I mean,
have they been on the floor? I haven't really seen them out there together.
Yeah, they've been on the floor a couple of times. I know last game they tried them for a few minutes together. And I guess we need to see a little bit more of a sample size, though. To really, and they probably need to practice it a little bit. You remember he was out with the ankle injury, so
I feel it's basketball. The dude been playing basketball. Let him go out there and play. If he foul out, he foul out. We got 15 guys on the team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you there.
There's no need to hold them. This year is supposed to be about getting the guys learning, and doing whatever. So let them learn.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't gonna learn sitting on the sideline.
Yeah.
So I would sink and swim with whatever he do.
Okay.
If he can last 20 minutes against them, he lasts 20 minutes. If he foul out in 10 minutes, so be it.
Okay.
I would give a fuck.
Okay.
You can't be scared playing ball. They all getting paid.
I think. Okay. I think. Well, let me talk about. Let me get to some of my keys of the game, right? Because we got about 5 minutes left. My keys to the game tonight. One, I think we gotta rebound the basketball. You know what I'm saying? I think if we do not rebound the basketball, we're gonna be in trouble. You know, defensive rebounds are gonna be key for us tonight. The Bucks average, what was it, 53 rebounds a game. We average 42 or something like that. We're gonna have to help Cantor rebound the basketball, because if we don't rebound the basketball, if we don't rebound on the offensive end, we need to try to get a good number of rebounds on the offensive side of the ball. If we don't, they're gonna be out in transition, right? So rebounding, and let me switch this around. I have rebounding, 3-point in transition defense, which I don't really have them in order, but I just want to say rebounding and efficiency from the field are going to be key for us, because if we're shooting a low percentage from the field and we allow them to get these rebounds, they're going to be out and running, and we're going to be in trouble, because I don't think we're running with those guys, right? So we only have one and a half rebounders. Yeah, exactly. He's a sub,
and Cantor.
Right.
Another reason why I would be playing Mitch Robinson over Thomas. Thomas is a power forward, so they got him playing, but he's not a rebounder. He's not a shot blocker.
Yeah, he's not a rebounder. He's not a rebounder. He's definitely not that, and that hurts us in that starting lineup. That hurts us. I think tonight, I guess Fizz probably wants to give this lineup a chance for maybe 10 games. Well, probably, like he said, changes could happen, right?
Yeah, but I can't see it happening. It's not going to happen in my favor.
No, I'm saying to the lineups. He's saying, changes to the lineups could happen, but he's probably going to give it a chance. But yeah. I would have liked to see Vonleh in that 4 spot, starting in that 4 spot tonight. I wouldn't mind seeing that. But I think rebounding.
Don't just do it for one night. Just make the change.
Yeah. Rebounding and efficiency from the field, I think, are key. Then, of course, 3-point and transition defense. You've seen the percentages these guys are shooting. Besides Giannis, these guys are shooting a very good clip from 3 in that start, at least in the starting unit. We didn't really look at the bench. And then just make it tough.
The Knicks is holding teams to like 34% though from the 3. They're not doing that bad.
So then we need to continue, to make sure that they don't get off from 3. Right. Make it as tough as we can. It says make it touch on Giannis. It's supposed to say make it tough. Make it as tough as we can on Giannis. Just don't give him anything easy. Make it tough. Make him work for it.
Make him feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, make him feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Make him work for it. Don't just give him something, just because. Don't let it be easy. Make him work for it. Those are my keys to the game. Once more,
easy will be 40 or 50. We hold him to 28, 30 points. That's his norm. So
yeah,
I can still be an uncomfortable 30, but I say he's gonna get his point.
Yeah, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. So again, my keys to success are rebounding, 3-point and transition defense, efficiency from the field, and make it tough.
You can't let the other dudes get off
on Giannis.
You can't have Bledsoe scoring 25 and the 2 guards scoring. That's too much.
Yeah. So, see, dog. Before we get out of here, because the game is almost game time, just give me your prediction for the game.
It's going to come down to the end, and watch. It's going to come down to Lance Thomas guarding the Greek Freak at the end. And he's going to get us like he normally. We're going to end up losing by like 2 points.
Okay. All right. Hey, that could be. But you know what? I'm going to say that if it ends up being a tight game, and we're right there in the game, I'm not going to be too upset. But at some point, I want to start pulling these tight games out. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see what's up. All right, man. I'll let you go. I'm gonna be back on at halftime to talk about the game, what we seen so far. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Peace. Okay. Nate, give us your prediction for the game.
My prediction is I think that we're going to see a lot of Frank on Giannis, because if you listen to Fizdale early on, he said that he could see Frank guarding the 4 guys. Well, this is going to be an opportunity for him to try to guard against him. Now, I'm not saying he's going to stop Giannis, but he can make him uncomfortable, because what's uncomfortable for a big man, a little guy or a shorter guy, especially a guy like Frank who puts a lot of pressure on you as a ball handler. So, I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of pressure on Giannis by Frank. And so, and Thomas, I think they'll switch off. But
I'm a little, Giannis has a lot of size on him. I don't know how much Frank can deal with that
Frank's
size.
Frank's a smart defender. He's got good hands. He can make him uncomfortable, especially if he puts him into jump shots instead of allowing him into the paint. So we'll see.
All right. I'll talk to you at halftime, Nate.
All right. Sounds good. Peace. Later.
Isaiah, what's up, man? You jumped in late, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and get your prediction off right quick. Make it quick, because I'm trying to get this game on.
Nah, I got you, yo. Shout out to Tony Cole. That's my man's man. That's my man's man. $100 grand. Nah, yeah, man. The way it's gonna look, I think we should do what we did with Trae Young, put waiver defenders on Giannis. I want to see Frank. I want to see Lance. I pretty much wanted to see those two pretty much on them, and just I think Frank can do it, because I remember what Marcus Smart did to KP and get under his legs. Even though I know Giannis is stronger than KP, but I think if Frank get under his legs, be a little pest, I think we can do something. We got a team rebound. We got a box rebounder is gonna be boxing Giannis out and grabbing the rebound.
Dares to ask why not?
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
Oh.
We'll see.
Okay, I don't know what you watching, but I'm praying for you.
I was getting ready. The game was getting ready to come on, man. It was a Toyota. It was a car commercial.
But yeah. All right, man. Okay. All right. But man. No, we gotta just no hero ball, no Timmy bad shots, passing the ball. We gotta move like Milwaukee, and I think we can. We've been playing a tight game, so I honestly believe we can do this.
All right. Well, I'll catch you at halftime, man. If you're going to be here,
yes,
I'll catch you at halftime. All right.
And Tony Crow, you the best, man.
Peace. All right, Tony.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the chat. Yo, Black is time. I'm calling a victory. I think it's going to be another nail biter. I think the difference this time is we're going to be up at the end, and it's going to be on Milwaukee to try to win it or bring it into overtime. I think we're gonna be up this time.
Okay.
I think if we could contain Giannis, I think that's the game right there.
All right.
So I put all the pressure on Giannis, and then I think we good. I think we golden.
Okay.
I got a quick question for you, real quick, because I missed the last stream. I just want to know: Did they kill Burke?
Nah, they didn't.
All right.
Some people try to jump on them a little bit, but I mean, believe it or not, I defended them. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I mean, listen, I'm just calling a spade the way that I see it, just like I expect everyone else to. So, I mean, like Frank didn't play well last game, and I thought he should have been sat, and he was sat. I mean, it just is what it is. I'm gonna call how I see it, and I thought Trey Burke played well. I mean, I thought he did, right. Kyrie Irving kind of got in his lunch a little bit in the fourth quarter, but that's Kyrie, so you know what you're gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, but
no doubt. I'll catch you at halftime. I'll catch you after the game, son.
All right, peace.
Black is time. One.
And my prediction for the game, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not even sure what to think about the game. I think it's gonna be a close game. I do. I think the Knicks are going to surprise us and keep it a close game. I think that's all that I can say. I'm hoping that this is what I hope happens, and I hope it happens for Tim Hardaway's sake. I hope that we keep it a close game, and it comes down to Timmy again guarding the guy that needs to score to either put the game away or put the Bucks ahead, and he gets a stop. That's what I hope happens. You know what I mean? Just for it, win or lose, I hope that happens just for Timmy's confidence on the defensive end. Because, we've had a couple of games where it came down to him making a stop, and he didn't. Jason Tatum made a nice shot over him. Respect due. LeVert took him to the basket. I want to see Timmy get that stop this time. You know what I mean? So I had someone in one of my comments, just kind of say I wasn't giving Timmy whatever. And I told him he's supposed to be the best player on the team right now. To whom much is given, much is expected. So I expect him to get those stops. Not all the time, but I expect him to get some of them. So that's what I hope happens. You know what I mean? I hope that he gets those stops. I see someone say Jeremy Maynard, say X Factor is Trier. Yes, I do hope Trier comes off, and he's going to be an X Factor in a lot of games because people don't know yet and aren't ready for him yet. So let's see what happens, man. Remember, November 4th, Knicks Wizards in DC. Check out the website, nothingbutKnicks.com/NBK events. Of course, we still got the MLK Day tickets available, but we need 6 for this thing to happen in DC. All right, so I'm out. I will catch you guys at halftime, and let's enjoy the game, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.